Hello, this is Rabbi Behrana Gutierrez, and I'm driving home today, but I decided to do a short video. Throughout the week, via my blog, Crypto-Judaism Dallas, or through other websites where my contact information is available, I often have people contact me and ask me questions about Crypto-Judaism. And one of the questions I often get is how they can trace their Jewish background, in terms of their genealogical family tree. And there's certainly resources that are available for that. I mean, there's obviously a lot of books that have been written depending on the specific region in question. But one of the questions that I ultimately raise to individuals that are interested in that is, what is the ultimate goal of their research? Looking at family trees and genealogy, or even taking DNA tests, can be a complicated process, or it can be an expensive process financially. And I think it's important for the people to ask themselves, what is it that they're trying to achieve? If you're looking at family trees and genealogy, it will be very difficult for the average individual to look back 400, 500, 600 years to the point at which they would find irrefutable evidence that their ancestor was Jewish. I mean, the reality is that the term crypto-Jew, secret Jew, implies a lack of documentation. Why? Because anyone that was hiding from the Inquisition or the anti-Semitism that existed after the end of the Inquisition would not have documents in their possession that would obviously implicate them as being Jewish or Judaizers. And the reality is that after the expulsion from Spain and the expulsion from Portugal at the end of the 15th century, the ability to write, ketubot, Jewish marriage documents, or gitin, Jewish divorce documents, or other documents that would identify an individual as Jewish was lost. I mean, obviously there were certain individuals who maintained the ability to read Hebrew and, to write, Hebrew or Aramaic, but over time, the ability of those individuals to transmit that information and that knowledge would have been less and less. And so, first of all, obtaining a document of that nature would be extremely difficult. Possessing a document like that would be incriminating if they were arrested by the Inquisition. And it's clear from cases in the 1400s that when the Inquisition was active, they would arrest people, they might find Hebrew books, and of course that would be a tell sign of Judaizing as far as the Inquisition was concerned. So it's going to be extremely difficult for the person that is doing a genealogical study of their family to find irrefutable proof that they are descendants of crypto-Jews. I often encourage people to really look at family practices, oral traditions that are in the family that might indicate that there's something distinctive about their families. I mean, if a particular family does not eat pork, or children were circumcised, boys were circumcised, or there's certain marriage patterns, or there's certain names. I mean, obviously, there have been cases where individuals are named Adonai or Shaddai, or things of that nature. Sabbath candle lighting, just a whole host of practices that are not common among most Catholics or Protestants. Then you can see sort of a pattern of behavior that is indicative of something different in that family. Obviously, if a family is from a particular region, where we know that conversos had settled, during the period of the conquest and thereafter, there's obviously some benefit to that, because you can say, well, now we know that there are certain families in the area, but linking that irrefutably to your own family can be very challenging. And so I think that the fundamental question that has to be asked is, what is the specific goal of this history? Is it to link yourself to the Jewish people? Is it to learn about Judaism? Is it to have an understanding of where you come from? If it's to really reconnect with the Jewish people, or to connect with them, then I would really encourage people to spend as much time investigating and learning about Judaism, because I think that their efforts might be ultimately rewarded on a much higher level by doing so. It's not to discourage anyone from looking at their family backgrounds, but what I don't want is for people to be discouraged when they're genuinely interested in considering a Jewish connection in their background. The issue has to be, what is it that they're trying to achieve, and what are they hoping to find, and what is it that they want to do with that information. We'll see you in the next video.